shadows of Ravenwood, a history steeped in darkness. Ravenwood Asylum, the name itself sends shivers down your spine. A place where the echoes of the past still linger, whispering tales of sorrow and despair. Established in 1867, it was meant to be a sanctuary, a beacon of hope for those lost in the shadows of their own minds, a place of healing for the mentally ill. Doctors and nurses once roamed these halls, armed with the best intentions and the limited knowledge of their time, but Ravenwood became a nightmare. The very walls that were supposed to protect and heal became prison bars, trapping the souls within. The building stands tall, shrouded in darkness. Its silhouette against the night sky is a haunting reminder of the pain and suffering that took place within. Its presence is imposing, a testament to the horrors that unfolded within its walls. Every brick, every shadow tells a story of despair. The asylum's architecture is Gothic, with towering spires and barred windows. Designed to be both majestic and foreboding, it stands as a monument to a bygone era. It was built on the outskirts of a small town, hidden from view. Far from prying eyes, it became a world unto itself, a place where the outside world was but a distant memory. The asylum's founders believed in isolation. They thought that by removing patients from society, they could find peace and recovery. They thought it would help patients heal, but their methods were often harsh and their understanding of mental illness was limited. But the isolation only made things worse. Instead of healing, it bred despair and madness, turning the asylum into a place of torment. It festered within the asylum's walls. The very air seemed to grow heavy with the weight of unspoken fears and unhealed wounds. Ravenwood became a place of whispers, of secrets, of unspeakable acts. The shadows seemed to move on their own, carrying with them the memories of those who suffered and died within. The doctor's orders, unethical practices and whispers of torture. The asylum's reputation started to decay. Rumors spread of cruel treatments. Patients were subjected to experimental procedures. Doctors used electroshock therapy, lobotomies and ice baths. These treatments were brutal and inhumane. They left patients permanently scarred, both physically and emotionally. The staff, overworked and undertrained, turned a blind eye. They were either complicit or too afraid to speak out. The asylum's darkness deepened. Patients began to die under mysterious circumstances. The whispers grew louder, accusing the asylum of murder, but the truth was never uncovered. Abandoned and forgotten, the asylum's desolate fate. By the 1950s, Ravenwood's atrocities could no longer be ignored. Public outcry forced its closure. Patients were transferred, abandoned to other institutions. The asylum stood empty, a decaying monument to its horrific past. Years turned into decades. The building fell into disrepair, reclaimed by nature. But the darkness lingered. Locals whispered of strange occurrences. They said Ravenwood was haunted, a place where the tormented souls of patients still roamed. It became a no-go zone, a place of fear and dread. The ghosts of Ravenwood, where shadows walk and whisper. Ravenwood is a magnet for paranormal investigators. They come from all over, drawn to its dark energy, and they are never disappointed. The asylum is a hotbed of paranormal activity. EVPs, cold spots, and shadow figures are commonplace. Visitors have reported seeing apparitions, full-bodied figures that vanish into thin air. They hear voices, whispers, and screams echoing through the empty halls. Some have even felt unseen hands touch them, their breath cold on their skin. Section 5, the nurse in white, a beacon of sorrow in the darkness. One of the most well-known ghosts is the nurse in white. She is seen most often on the 3rd floor, where the women's ward used to be. Some say she's the spirit of a kind nurse who tried to help the patients. She is said to be a calming presence, a beacon of light in the darkness. Others believe she is looking for someone. She is often seen carrying a tray of medicines, her expression filled with worry. Who is she trying to reach? Section 6, the doctor's torment, forever bound to his sins. But not all the spirits are benevolent. The doctor, as he is known, is a malevolent entity. He is believed to be the spirit of one of the asylum's cruelest doctors. He is said to be responsible for countless deaths and unimaginable suffering. His presence is chilling. He's often seen in the treatment rooms where he performed his horrific experiments. Visitors have reported feeling a sudden wave of nausea and dread when he is near. They say he is a reminder of the asylum's dark past, a warning to never forget the atrocities that occurred within its walls. Section 7. The Weeping Room, Echoes of Unfathomable Pain. This room holds the darkest secrets of the asylum, a place where the walls seem to whisper the stories of those who suffered within. The Weeping Room is the most haunted part of the asylum. It is a place where the air feels heavy with sorrow and the very atmosphere seems to be imbued with the anguish of the past. It is a small, cramped room on the second floor. The walls are close, almost suffocating, and the dim light barely penetrates the gloom, casting eerie shadows that dance and flicker. It is said to have been used for solitary confinement. Here, patients were isolated from the world, left alone with their thoughts and fears, their cries for help echoing off the padded walls. Patients were locked away in the darkness, their cries for help ignored. The silence of the room was often broken by the faint, heart-wrenching sounds of their wailing, a testament to their suffering. The room is filled with an overwhelming sense of sadness and despair. The very air seems to vibrate with the residual energy of the tormented souls who once inhabited this space. Visitors have reported hearing the sound of weeping coming from the room, even when it is empty. The weeping is soft, almost imperceptible, but it carries a weight of sorrow that is impossible to ignore. Some have even felt the touch of unseen hands, cold and clammy, as if the spirits of the tormented souls are trying to reach out from beyond the grave. These experiences leave visitors with a chilling reminder of the pain and suffering that once filled this room, a haunting echo of the past that lingers in the present. Section 8. Visitors beware. Tales from the haunted halls. Many have entered Ravenwood hoping to document the paranormal. Some seek answers, wanting to understand the suffering that transpired. But Ravenwood doesn't give up its secrets easily. The asylum tests those who dare to enter. It plays on their fears, pushing them to their limits. There are stories of investigators fleeing in terror. They're overwhelmed by the oppressive atmosphere and the constant feeling of being watched. Some have even been physically harmed, scratched, pushed, and even possessed. Section 9. A legacy of sorrow, the unquiet spirits of Ravenwood. Ravenwood Asylum stands as a chilling reminder of humanity's capacity for cruelty. The ghosts that haunt its halls are not just stories, they are echoes of real pain, real suffering. They are trapped, unable to find peace. They are bound to the asylum, their torment echoing through the years. The asylum is a place of sorrow, a place where the veil between the living and the dead is thin. It is a place where the past refuses to stay buried, where the ghosts of the past still walk among us. Section 10. Ravenwood's Grip, a haunting reminder of humanity's shadows. Ravenwood Asylum will continue to fascinate and terrify. Its walls, now crumbling and overgrown with ivy, hold stories that are both chilling and tragic. The very air around it seems to whisper tales of sorrow and despair, drawing in those who are curious and brave enough to explore its haunted corridors. It is a place where darkness reigns, where the spirits of the tormented find no peace. The shadows seem to move on their own, and the silence is often broken by unexplained sounds. Footsteps echo in empty hallways, and ghostly figures are said to appear in the dead of night, reminding us of the souls that once suffered within these walls. It is a stark reminder of the horrors that can unfold when humanity surrenders to its darkest impulses. The treatments and conditions that patients endured were often inhumane, driven by fear and misunderstanding. These walls have witnessed unspeakable acts, and the echoes of those actions still linger, a testament to the cruelty that can arise when compassion is lost. But perhaps there is a glimmer of hope in the darkness. The stories of Ravenwood also include moments of kindness and resilience. Some staff members fought against the prevailing attitudes, striving to bring comfort and care to those in need. Their efforts, though often overshadowed by the prevailing darkness, remind us that even in the bleakest of places, humanity can shine through. By remembering the suffering that occurred at Ravenwood, we honor the memories of those who lived and died there. Their stories, though painful, are an essential part of our history. They serve as a powerful reminder of the need for empathy and understanding in the treatment of mental illness. By giving voice to the silenced cries of its victims, we acknowledge their pain and ensure that their experiences are not forgotten. These voices, once suppressed, now have the power to teach us valuable lessons about the importance of dignity and respect for all individuals. Maybe we can learn from the past. By studying the history of places like Ravenwood, we can better understand the mistakes that were made and work to prevent them in the future. Education and awareness are key to ensuring that such horrors are never repeated. Maybe we can prevent such horrors from happening again. Communities can come together to advocate for better mental health care and to support those who are struggling. By fostering a culture of compassion and understanding, we can create a world where the shadows of places like Ravenwood no longer hold power. But until then, the ghosts of Ravenwood will continue to wander its halls, their presence a constant reminder of the past. They are the guardians of the stories that must be told, the keepers of the memories that must not be forgotten, their cries echoing in the night, a haunting reminder of the darkness that lies within us all. These echoes serve as a call to action, urging us to confront our past and to strive for a better future. A future where the lessons of Ravenwood are heeded and the shadows of our history are transformed into beacons of hope and change.